to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
Feels like it's been a while since we've been here, but it's in reality it's been like a week and a day.
I was gonna say 1 week, 1 day,
which is not anything real more than normal.
Boy, the man. I mean, it happens every year that I've been alive, but the daylight savings thing,
it's messing with me this year.
The early darkness, really don't like, and I bet, which is funny. Okay, welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast, episode 260 something.
I don't remember.
It dawned on me,
yesterday
that technically, I believe we're in year 6, and both of us went whoosh, right past it. Did you realize that we?
No, I knew.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, fuck you for
we're
not
in a whole new season now.
Right. Yeah, so I gotta update all the
season
thumbnails.
6 or something shit.
Season 6.
Yeah.
Are you doing that in the podcast thing already?
Yeah.
God damn. Oh, as of when?
Like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's in October is our rollover time.
I'll be sure to update the thumbnail.
I think it was after the week that we missed.
And the YouTube episodes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Year 6. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Fucking.
Can you believe we've been doing this for 6 years?
Sweet.
Oh, come on, man.
It's in and out.
I know.
I thought hey would get us some luck. But now he's fired.
Dang it.
What?
Much
Where are we
sad.
at? Oh. But I forgot to mention. So, if you listen to the last show, I sounded terrible.
Yeah.
You
looked worse.
Yes, I did take a COVID test before we left because I was super scared, and I would never do that. I would never go.
Yeah.
If it was.
Oh, for sure.
But I was scared shitless
That you were going to have it.
that it was going to say it was negative. It was fine. And then I tested yesterday. Everyone still feels fine, but one of the chaperones did test positive on Monday. And so we tested Xander yesterday. Venus and I obviously also tested because we were there. And we're all fine. So if you were concerned that, dude, you sound terrible, and like after every show you're like, get your shots and take the test, I assure you I would not have. Everything was good.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. Don't look at my nose because it's hamburger from blowing it. It's like super raw. Neti pot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
So if
we've talked about this.
We've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where I got after Tuesday's show.
Yeah.
That's probably my wife, I hope. Or is it really windy?
I don't think so.
Interesting. Unless the door opened, like pressure. Anyway, I went straight to, and I'm gonna start rinsing out. Neti pot. If you caught one of the last few times where we talked about that conversation, I tap water here, warm water, and then I put the saline in it, and you're like, yeah, you don't do that. You get the fucking mad cows and the amoebas. And I went, I've never...
The brain-eating virus.
Yeah, I've never... What are you talking about? Yeah, no, that's not clean, dude. You never know what's in the...
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, obviously, there's stuff in there. There's like fluoride and all kinds of shit in that water.
Absolutely. Now, as previous shows, I have done the Neti Pot nasal sinus wash countless times.
Okay.
With the tap water, completely unaware, and not zero fucks. So when
I did mention this to my wife when we got done with the show.
Did you?
Like, you know what? Like he uses tap water.
He uses tap water. So right. So I'm going into the bathroom. Like, okay, so I'm not using the tap water. And I have in here from when I was doing MIMA, the hard bodies, radiator stuff and flushing, whatnot. I had 2 jugs, distilled water. We're like, I don't want to go into the garage. Do I have to go into the garage and get the distilled water? Should I boil the distilled water? Because I really don't want anything. Like, if it comes out of the top of the jug and catches something, now I'm super pedantic about like, yeah, but I don't want any.
It was near my radiator.
I have to be super sterile about this, like, because I don't want to die, and I don't want mad cow.
You might as well just use coolant.
Right. Well, then I'm like, I'll just boil. I'll boil some water.
So wait a second. So we went from using known good distilled water
to
now you're going to boil tap water?
Yes. So I boiled the tap water.
Jeez. Okay.
So,
but you can make your own distilled water with tap water if you boil it and let it go up a tube to another thing, and it'll capture all the
If I started
steam.
doing that, my daughter would hate me because it's too close to chemistry.
Oh.
But, so I boil the shit
out
of a bunch of water.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, now I'm waiting uber long for it to cool down. It eventually cools, and I open the packet, I dump the packet in there, and the whole time, I can't get to that part. So, mix it, let it gets the temperature, rinse it out, rinse out the thing, the neti pot itself, and then I went, man, I feel real safe about that. Until I realized, as I'm starting to pack everything away, I did nothing to the little stirrer spoon.
Oh no, you're really losing it.
that
went through the dishwasher, or who knows where it was.
Fucking when I'm done with that thing, I rinse it off with the tap water and I chuck it back in the box. And I went, oh no. And then I went, well, you're an idiot. And then I realized the entire time, every time I'm checking, I'm just straight up dipping a hot, contaminated pinky right into the jug.
Well, the good news is it's your own contamination.
Right. I'm like, who knows what I was touching before this dip? No, it's not hot.
Down a rabbit hole.
I went.
Well, I'm sorry to instill the fear in you.
Like, the fear of God.
I think like I said, if you just go with a jug of distilled water, you should be good. You know what I mean?
But you heat it.
No.
Oh, I like mine warm.
Well, no, I mean, you warm it up.
Right.
So, like, for me, I use the Neil Med little squeeze bottle things that you buy them with the packets.
Yeah.
And then I put distilled water in it up to the line, and then I put that in the microwave for, I don't know, 20-something seconds.
Yeah.
And it gets warm enough, then I put the packet in, and then I shake it.
Right.
And then I douche with it.
Yeah, you have a much more closed loop system than me. Oh man, it was just.
That sounds fat. I wish I was there to see that.
There was a lot of like, okay, no, this has to be sterile. This has to be sterile. I boiled that. This is good. I would do that. That's fine. That's fine. And then I even took the time to take the boiled water and rinse it through the neti pot.
Oh.
But it wasn't until I was completely done where I went, yeah, but that stirrer spoon that I keep with it
now
is just like an archive.
Right. You know how distilled water is created, right? They boil the water and it creates steam.
Right.
And the steam is then condensed down and passed and then captured. That steam's captured. So
yeah,
you're leaving whatever
particulates
stuff is in the water behind in the boiling area, and then the steam is now sterile and good.
Right.
So that's so if you're just using boiling water, if you're just boiling water, sure, I mean, you're going to kill any amoebas and whatever, that kind of stuff, but there's other stuff
the chemicals just fucking it was just full ride.
There's stuff.
Let me know when you're oh come on. Okay.
So that's cracking me up.
Yes. I full retentive until it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then I just had to accept, dude, for like 5 years you were doing this straight up with warm tap water.
Just straight out of the hot water heater.
Straight out of the water heater. Like
through the pipes.
Yeah, just fucking
through the hose bib outside.
Yeah, whatever. Fucking the amount of whatever.
You know.
So
sorry, I burst that bubble.
Yeah. Yes, there's much.
Now, the only reason why I knew about the distilled water thing is because the NeilMed packages, the thing it tells you to use distilled water. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense because then it's clean or whatever. I mean, you're adding saline to it,
right?
So who knows what's in that shit? But
I ended up running across something on Amazon. It was probably in the vein of whatever it is you have, but now they have like just motorized pumps. You just one nostril.
Well, the thing about those is you just hook up the garden hose to it.
Yeah, totally. Jesus. 25.
It's perfect.
25 psi. Just pump it. Just clean it all out.
Oh, gosh.
Like when it starts to tickle your medulla oblongata, you know you've rinsed it out.
As soon as you have to pee, you're done.
It's good. Everything's fine.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So you had a good time last weekend?
I did.
You know? I believe.
Well, I can't remember if we touched on it. The timing that led to us to recording early last week also bit my father-in-law. Yeah. And so his plane tickets were off kilter, so we picked him up and we rode down with him.
Yeah.
Now for my family, this was actually the longest drive.
Oh, really?
Where I was driving.
Oh.
With Chuck. Typically if we're ever in the same place or going to an event, it's always been like we meet. We don't do a lot of carpooling per se. And I couldn't tell you the last time where we went to something where he was driving us or he was driving the family.
Okay.
But likewise, not where I was driving and him and Mary, my mother-in-law, were passengers.
Which is different for me because
right.
I mean, if we're going like with my in-laws around town, out to dinner, I drive.
Right.
No matter what.
Okay.
I drive around town. If we go to LA, I drive. If we go to the Bay Area, Pismo Beach.
Yeah.
I drive.
And they're in the car.
They are passengers.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing. Venus gave him shotgun, which he had expected. He had a fucking book with him. He was expecting to be backseat and reading the whole time, but he got shotgun.
That's a good deal for him.
Yeah, and we weren't 100% of the time like back and forth, but I get along well with Chuck. He's a good person. He enjoys me as he thinks I'm a good person.
Yeah.
We have good conversations, but I don't have the constant interaction with my in-laws like you do, you and Shan do. Like you're always busy with them. So there was plenty for us to talk about, but we weren't always...
Was he sitting up front with you?
Yeah, he was shotgun.
Oh, you just said that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I mean, if you're not paying attention, then fucking I'll start drawing it on the...
I'm being distracted by the camera.
You were.
A little bit. I get very...
single-threaded.
Yeah, when that shit happens.
Yes, I got you.
And
we're good.
Sorry.
We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Shotgun.
We have, probably similar to Venus's grandpa, we have probably some fundamentally different political beliefs.
Yeah.
And we don't see eye to eye. But
a lot of steer clear of those conversations?
Generally, we do.
Okay.
We did have a very interesting conversation about EVs, and it led us, specifically, oddly enough, on our way to Kettleman City. I could tell, kind of like my dad, he whatever he has consumed as far as what he knows about EVs is very probably generation above us as he is, but also not very malleable. Like he had a, like you could tell, like a point that made it non-acceptable to him about the wait times for charging. And similar to some of the stuff that I've talked with my dad about over the length of time where he's come down, my dad's viewpoints in having an open conversation have slightly altered. I wouldn't say I've changed my dad's mind on a lot of, like, everything.
Yeah.
But he is more accepting of things that he thought were doctrine. Maybe not. A little bit more open-minded to those things.
Yeah.
Chuck was very like, the whole thing is dumb and it's inconvenient. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't verbatim say those things, but you could tell he was kind of off-put by the concept based off of some preconceived early communications and messaging about EVs, that you're gonna be there for like 2 hours. Like, what are you gonna do? Like when you need to I'm slightly exaggerating, but he understood that there was a time sink, and that was inconvenient.
There is a time sink, and it is inconvenient.
Sure,
but it's not that
right.
bad.
But when I talked to him about specifically about Kettleman City, I said, when we are on distance trips, we generally stop here anyway.
Right.
Not only for gas, just to get gas.
Go to the bathroom.
But we, bathroom breaks, stand breaks, because we're old. You need to get the circulation. You shouldn't be really sitting for that length of time. And it's a convenient location for gas and electric. And there's food there. Like, it's a good time to get a snack, get some water.
There's a Starbucks,
like the coffee, whatever.
Taco Bell,
right? And as we
In-N-Out?
we had In-N-Out. We had everyone in the car could not stand the Cybertruck.
Oh,
we got past,
because you got to see a real live one pass you
bumper to bumper. Yes,
yeah.
It passed us on our way within about 20 minutes to Kettleman City, and it passed us, and it stayed within a car or two, maybe 30 to 60 seconds ahead of us once it passed us.
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, anyone who owns a Tesla, you can 90% chance they're also getting off at the superchargers at Kettleman City.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're going to see it again, so I'm not going to try and match it so we can all point and laugh at body lines and fit and finish kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll catch up to it. Sure as shit, we got to the off-ramp and stoplight at Kettleman City, and we are right behind it. And everything that you saw in that Cars and Coffee pictures about the rear tailgate and panel gaps, 100% true.
Yeah.
Saw it with my own eyes, and a different truck.
Yeah.
Because the plates. It was terrible. The fenders look like an afterthought, and no one liked it. No one liked the design. No one liked the fit and finish, and it was terrible. What made it important in the moment was that it was pulled off, and it was one car in front of us. We got off. We stopped at In-N-Out. We stretched. We got food at In-N-Out. We ate at a casual pace. I pulled out to Chevron. I got gas. I went, and I had taken pictures because it had pulled off at the supercharger.
Right.
So once I got gas and I was done, we got the receipt. We're in the car, and we're getting to pull out at the lights. And I went, well, how long were we here? And I kind of like, I'm pretty sure. Well, let's see. Don't do it, Siri. Like, well, someone had, I think Venus had the receipt, or someone had the receipt for the In-N-Out. It had a timestamp. And I'm like, oh, well, it's about 30, 35, 45 minutes. And sure as shit, as I'm at the light, the Cybertruck pulls up behind me. And I said, point blank, I'm like, so see kind of how that worked. I said, we stopped anyway. And
it's same.
It's same.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going this kind of distance Absolutely. But I said, there's no, is there really an inconvenience? We were stopping anyway. The length of time and the speed at which some of these chargers are functioning at, it's same.
Yeah.
The time sync's the same. Now, the Cybertruck has the new 800-volt standard, so it's getting extra speedy goosings.
I mean, assuming that the superchargers are set up for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
At this point, I don't know.
And everything else, for most part, everybody else, minus some of those, the VWs and the Porsches, maybe one of the Hyundais and Kias, are 400. But everything coming out probably in the next 2-3+ years is going to the 800-volt standard, and the charging is only going to get faster, quicker, more efficient. So the delays, and if you're bebopping around town, you're not having to sit to charge.
And ideally, you're charging at home.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're starting to think proactively about some of the... You're going to start curving off the mentality, which he had, and it was a great bookend to a conversation where I knew that he was starting out one way, and because we actually had a situation where we had a time, and we were both in the same place of location,
and there was a car that you could point to and be like, "That's the same guy."
This is it.
Yeah,
He
actually, I mean, he got there a little bit before you, but left right after you, essentially.
And he could have walked the same distance, got in and out, walked back. Right, same thing.
I mean, it's too bad he was in a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's terrible. Oh my God, it's so ugly. It is so fucking ugly. I cannot tell you. I'm like, I don't see anyone rolling up that louvered back and going, I need I need half a yard of pea gravel.
Yeah.
Give me a yard of bark.
And I mean,
what?
The thing of it is like something like the DeLorean, which was all stainless too on the outside. It's not like it's known for that look, but nobody likes. I mean, there's very few people that like the look.
Yes.
And the maintenance on it is difficult. Like if your DeLorean starting to look shabby, you have to have it regrained. You don't paint it. You literally have to sort of do this sanding on it to get the grains.
Your Brillo pad out and.
Yeah, there's I guess in the DeLorean. I'm just giving this for an example because they use the same stainless steel body paneling, but I guess in the DeLorean user guide they actually say to use gas to clean the outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I only learned that from one of the car shows. The guy bought a DeLorean and refurbished it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can't believe they tell you to use gas, kind of a thing.
Oh.
And he actually uses Barkeeper's Friend.
Oh.
To clean the outside of his DeLorean.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So is that what you're going to do with your Cybertruck?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean, no.
Can you imagine just a bunch of people just chucking away their chemical guy stuff and go getting double-aught steel wool and Barkeeper's Friend?
Yeah.
What do you wash your car with? SOS pads. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you serious right now? So it was a good drive.
Yeah.
For the third time in a row, I wish I was just better off memorizing that route.
Yeah.
For the third time going down there, Google Maps has us get off onto a surface street to dodge some of the traffic on I-5.
Yeah.
And it just, I would rather just sit in traffic.
Why don't you just stay on then? Did you follow it?
Well, I followed it because I couldn't, I haven't, 365 days
since the last time.
I'm like, what's the exit?
I mean, you just stay on 5 until you hit Orange County.
We made jokes. Once we got to Los Angeles, we made jokes about how, well, as long as it doesn't take us to that Beaterville where it's just you remember that last? Oh man, yes, I remember last time. And it had us on these surface streets for so long. Someone had to pee, so we ended up having to find some off-grid fucking Home Depot to go pee. Boy, that was terrible. Yeah, but there's graffiti all over the fucking walls. And then, sure shit, 10 minutes later, it's get off on exit 1, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, weird. You know what? Boy,
is this the same place we got off last time?
This kind of looks like. And then I hear from the back. I hear Venus go. I recognize this.
Oh my God!
It's taking us the same way. Roll up the windows. You know that kind
funny.
of. It was anyway.
So I don't use Google when I'm
smart.
I use Apple Maps. Now, whether or not it's better or not, I don't know. I mean, this is the endless debate, right? But I think it would take something fairly large as far as like maybe like the 110 being shut down for it to like really take you off the 5.
Yeah.
Unless it had some route on another freeway setup that would get you there quicker.
Yeah.
But typically I'll just stay on the 5. Like I won't deviate.
I think I just need to remember that going forward.
Sometimes though it'll fuck you because there'll be traffic and you'll just fucking sit in traffic. Now, whether or not it's quicker to get off on side streets and try and bypass all this shit,
right?
You know, where all the main interchanges are before you get to Orange County.
Right.
I don't know, but we'll just fucking sit in traffic. I'm like, I'm not getting off the damn freeway.
Yeah.
You know?
I think next time.
First time,
yeah.
bad on me.
Yeah.
Second time,
shame on you. Third time, why am I doing this? Now, what ended up happening for me is I prefer the orientation and the look of Apple Maps. What I didn't realize in getting into probably the LA Orange County freeway system, I prefer Google's prompts of lane preference. Now, I didn't get that.
They have that now.
Do they?
Yes.
I didn't get it with mine, and it bit us.
Really?
Because it was there was like a distance, an approximation, and a right turn, and I went. I was slightly distracted, but not enough to where if I'd had all the information, I should have been like, oh, well, I need to be over in that lane over there. We ended up just pull it up at Google Maps. We got there.
Yeah.
I am not someone that gives, like, I'm at the point now where I just don't care. Yeah. Like, give me the real address, and I'll go as long as it takes me to get here and make a U-turn or get an off-ramp and back to an on-ramp. I don't care. Like, I have a room. Yeah. I'm okay. If I start to get stressed... I'm
not stressed. I'm like, I get to the point where I'm like, I just need to be out of the fucking car. Like, I just drove for however many hours and then got into LA and sat for an hour and 15 minutes or whatever. I just need to be there and get out of the fucking car.
Oh.
You know, I get to that point where I'm like, I'm tired because I've been sitting in this fucking stop and go traffic for however long. And I'm just like, my nerves are frazzled because it's, 5 is chaotic.
Yeah.
It can be very chaotic. So it's just like, I just need to get there.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Luckily, our detour happened before the bulk of the traffic. Yeah. Had we gotten off that offshoot and then back onto 5, I could tell, because then we got back on 5 after our wrong turn detour and after our surface street detour, there was still traffic on 5.
Yeah.
And I could tell Chuck wasn't happy about sitting. He's like, this is dumb. This is why you fly and you take it. Yeah. He didn't like the traffic.
Sure.
It's not a long enough drive for me to be in the length of time we were in traffic. I was fine. I was 100% like, it's okay. We'll get there. Like, I'm not, we're pointing and laughing at other, people making mistakes.
Or the assholes driving like an asshole.
Right, totally. Yeah. It was fine.
Yeah.
In the end, got there, safe. Everybody was safe. A little bit later, but everyone had rooms. And it had completed like a checklist thing that I didn't realize, and that was driving.
The family.
Specifically my father-in-law, like a long distance.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I don't think he ever had concerns whether or not I was a safe driver, but everything was fine.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, well, fucking cool. They drove my father-in-law around. He thanked me up and down, like, thanks for the ride. And it was fucking his birthday. I'm like, this is a hell of a way to get a free ride, buddy.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good times.
Yeah.
It was.
I actually really enjoyed doing road trip stuff with the in-laws. They don't really travel much anymore because of their age.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of miss that we don't do that as much. I mean, we had one time we went to a dance competition.
Yeah.
I want to say like San Mateo, and we had planned without telling the kids a trip to Disneyland right after. We didn't tell them at all.
Yeah.
So we went to the dance competition and then drove back, and then when we hit 5, I just hung a right,
Yeah.
and and Chandler was like, "We're not going the right way," kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I just love that. And the the in-laws are back there, and the car's fucking stacked full of luggage, and the shit's up on the ceiling, and on the roof. I think that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? This is oddly enough probably going to turn into more talking about Chuck than anything. So what ended up happening for Thursday? So the band parade performance was on Thursday about 3 and change in the afternoon. So where I think if you listened the last time we were down there in Disneyland, Piper couldn't go as well. Or I can't remember. Fuck, my memory is already shot. But there was a length of time last time where it was just Venus and I, and it was like the first time that had happened. I'm like, it was awesome. It was like a series of date nights. Like it was amazing just to be spending that much time with. So
at Disneyland,
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, fucking not carting around, no diapers, no. What do you need to eat? Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, why are you so cranky?
Right. I'm not getting that for you because it's loaded with sugar, but I'm going to get it for me, but I can't do it. So fuck. God damn it. Anyway. So when, we're there Thursday, Chuck is there. Mary isn't coming until Friday morning. So what I thought was going to be like great. So now we're the father-in-law. So, I was kind of hoping like, oh, well, maybe he'll just not want to go into the park because people, and he's 70 something. So why would he want to do anything with us, kind of a thing? And he kept pushing Venus like, so what time we meet in the morning? And she's like, oh, well, we'll get your ticket arranged and meet you 7:30. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. Here it is. Like I can
go with the flow, man.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
He was not a wet blanket.
Yeah.
I was just kind of looking forward to just another opportunity for one-on-one date night kind of shit and park hopping with Venus. But it was like, you just go with it. You run with the flow. He was like, so he's pressing. Oh God, I think he's 1 year younger than my dad. So mid-70s. I'm just going to say mid-70s so I don't embarrass myself. What are we doing first? Now, I need Star Wars.
Right.
Chuck has not seen. Yeah, in the fucking veins.
Yeah.
Chuck has not seen any of the new Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, well, we're going here because otherwise I won't get on these rides. So we're there pretty much like not rope drop, but we're in the park ready for rope drop. Meet up with a couple friends, Venus's friends, at highs, some littles like single double digit kind of littles under 13, under teens.
Yeah.
Show my Mandalorian coin that I got, or Grogu coin that I got at the Star Wars shop at Downtown Disney. I'm like, you guys got these? And like, I give it to one of them, and I said, you can have it if you want. And the mom was like, no, we're going to get our own. Don't do that. Because I only had one and didn't have one for the other. And I went, oh, don't worry about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
We make our beeline for Galaxy's Edge. And the line for Rise is all the way out to like the droid building hut. Now it was that way because they hadn't started snaking into the thing. It was pretty much just like a straight shot coming right out of the ride. But us not knowing that and seeing the line all the way out to that main courtyard, we're like, fuck, nope, not standing in line here. So we went straight to Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And Chuck's we get like in front of the Millennium Falcon, and Chuck's like, "Whoa, Jesus, okay."
Yeah, that's some
like,
cool shit when you see it.
How's that not cool? And he's like, "Wow, goddamn, boy, they did a." He was impressed.
Nice.
Chuck is not a Star Wars guy, but he was impressed with the attention to detail.
It's like it's real.
Yes. So it's Millennium Falcon is walk on. Like we are.
Yeah.
We don't really explain anything to him.
He has no idea what he's getting into.
Right. We get to the orientation part, and Venus is like, so there's the pilots, and there's gunners, and there's engineers, and you just hit buttons and whatnot and just enjoy the thing. And he's like, okay. How many in your party? 3. We get paired with 2 other people who become the pilots. 3 other people. Pilot, and another gunner, not part of our squad. Chuck gets gunner. Venus and I get engineers. So they put us in the cabin, and the whole thing starts playing, and then you start taking off, and it's like, gunner, shoot the thing. And he is like a little fucking kid.
Loving it.
So we get off the ride, and Venus and I are like trying to pull up the app and look at what the damage is going to be for Rise. And she's like, it's only like a 55, 60 minute like wait. And I went, yeah, but the line is like what? And we kind of theorized that perhaps they aren't snaking it through the corrals yet.
Yeah.
And
they haven't lengthened it out yet.
We're having this conversation as we're walking. We're not past the Millennium Falcon yet. And Chuck turns around and he goes, so can you just like go back on it? Like, can we go back on it?
Oh, he's loving it.
Oh, yeah. And Venus and I are like, well, you can. Look, like, there's no line. And he went, oh, and he starts making his way to go back on it.
Here we go.
And we go, actually, it's only a 60-minute thing. And Venus and I think the line is actually a straight shot into the, I said, if we don't do this at 60 minutes, we're probably hosed for the rest. And if you want to experience another thing, this one is really good. Like, I promise you, it's really good.
You think that one's good?
You have a fun time.
Yeah, you'll
and
really...
he's like, okay. I was apprehensive about his longevity. Like, I'm just like, it's the same thing I would be for a kid. Like, are you going to... Except he has to worry about his, bad back and bad knees. And
Sure.
Kids are just, like, cranky for long...
Right.
He was fine. He was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
We snaked through. By the time we got up to it, it was like 75 minutes, but we were knee deep, and it was fine. We did the ride. It was fucking fun.
So did he like that one too?
Yes. The doors open, and you're in the hangar with the stormtrooper, and he went, wait.
Oh, yeah.
What? And he's looking at the stormtroopers like, huh. Wow, that's pretty good.
That part where you go in that hangar, is bewildering. I mean, it leaves an impression on you.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So good time there. God, let's see. We bebopped around the park. He got a turkey leg. I hadn't had a turkey leg since I'd ever been there, but he went and had a fucking turkey leg. He's actually been to Switzerland, seen the real Matterhorn.
Okay.
Had a picture of the real Matterhorn and compared it to the Disney Matterhorn.
Oh, really?
And he's like, well, goddamn, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
And like seeing the 2 peaks side by side,
they did a good job.
It's damn close. Like,
yeah.
Uncanny close.
Especially since they got the sky things taken out.
Yeah.
And there's not a big hole in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Had a great time.
Nice.
And like to nip that part in the bud, Venus yesterday, she went to she had to do work for Golda Bear over at her dad's house. And they came home Sunday, I think. And he told her yesterday, and he was like, I don't have to do that again. I don't have to do it again. Like, that's the last time. And Venus made a comment about how he went on rides with us, but when they took the kids to Six Flags, him and Mary didn't go on any rides.
Oh.
And Piper was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what happened here? And it wasn't until this morning where I had realized that he had told her that he didn't have to go again. He was done. Like, I did it.
Yeah.
I got to see Piper play at Disneyland. I got to see Xander play at Disneyland. And I saw both, and I'm done. I don't ever have to go back. And it wasn't until this morning I realized how profoundly special it was to realize that the last time he will have probably go to Disneyland and be on a ride was with me.
Sure.
The one last thing that really makes that point special. We went on Big Thunder Mountain. Like we're just starting to bounce on rides just to like what's the lowest wait time. We went on and that's the Gold Mine Wild West rinky dink roller coaster.
Woo woo.
Venus and I sat in the same car.
Yeah.
And he sat behind us. We got to the first like set of like climb and the drop.
Uh-huh.
I have never heard him laugh so hard
Really?
For so long. That man
He was loving it.
He was having a fantastic time.
Good for him.
And to then hear him say to Venus and then think about it this morning, like he had a great time. And I got to share that. The kids didn't, but I did and Venus did. And while she may have not really, and maybe listening, she'll think about it in retrospect. Like, some of these things will be the last things, given age, right? You're not going to get Raj on Thunder, right?
No.
It would probably hurt him.
Yeah, he already has a thing where he can't. There's certain rides he won't ride because he has a neck thing.
Right.
So yeah.
While it was completely off the table as far as something I was thinking about, in the moment, it was, well, just do this thing. And whether or not he was thinking about it, who knows? He may never say.
Yeah.
But the last time, as far as he's
saying now,
verbalizing, the last time that man will have gone to Disneyland and ridden a ride, I was there.
You got to spend time with him.
I was there. Venus, his daughter, was there.
Yeah.
Got to hear her dad laugh his ass off on a fucking roller coaster. Like, worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely worth it.
Awesome.
It was special.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this morning when I went, did he really say it? Like, I wonder if he was... But that's okay. Because...
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, I was there.
Yeah.
Seems like I'm starting to quantify some of those moments a little bit more.
Yeah.
Is like, some of the things my dad's like building or wants to get done. It's like, oh, yeah, but he may not do that again. Like he may not get another opportunity.
Yeah.
Not because of want, but because age is starting to funnel the activity list.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, fucking, I could,
Yeah.
God damn, man, but it was cool.
Yeah, we have, a little bit of that. But the more concerning thing in Shanna's parents, because that's who we spent a lot of time with, was recently them both getting COVID.
Did they have their boosters yet?
I don't think Shan's mom did, but Raj did. He got COVID. He's very mild symptoms.
Yeah.
Just had some achiness and stuff like that. He's now testing negative.
Good.
So he's out of the woods.
Good.
But at his 11th day after testing positive, Shan's mom ended up with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she got it from him or if she got it from somewhere else.
Right.
Hard to say.
Is her case mild too? Crossing fingers.
She's doing okay as far as I know. But it's like, that's the COVID-19 is something that preys on the elderly.
Yeah.
And they're, Raj is 83.
Did you get your booster yet?
So no,
or flu shot?
No.
We did ours, I think, a week before we left for Disneyland.
Yeah,
Just
I need to do it.
Rolled up to Kaiser, whatever the Lincoln one is. Bink, bink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no,
Anyway.
I need to do it. Just haven't done it.
Yeah.
But I do see that too with our own, especially with Melanie, like moving around. It's like, oh well, that might be the last time I ever blah blah, up in the Pacific Northwest or
Right.
something like that. I'd really like to go back there. I may not have a reason. It would have to be a purpose-built sort of thing.
Right.
Instead of like, oh, we're already going up for this, so we can do X, Y, and Z. But I see that even in my own realm too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Your age makes you think about that kind of stuff. Where when you're younger, you're just like, oh, I'm just doing it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a thing.
When we were talking about specifically about the drive from here down to there, and we were talking about like, even we've told Piper like, yeah, just when she's driving to like Cal Poly, like you just kind of just stop in Kettleman City just to take a break.
Yeah.
And I was telling Chuck during the course of the conversation, I'm like, the amount of times Venus and I in high school and just out of high school, we made that drive in the Fiero, like straight to Palmdale Lancaster without stopping, plenty. Like 5, 6, or Disneyland, 5, 6 hours, 6.5 hours, plenty. Like, get gas, if at all.
Go.
Like, just get it done. Like, hey, I'm young and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't even teach that to Piper. Like, take a break.
Yeah.
Get out, stretch your legs, get some water, use the bathroom.
One of the things that recently was a conversation was we had a dinner with one of Chandler's friends, JT.
Uh-huh.
And JT went through the CHP Academy, is now a CHP officer, in Vacaville, Fairfield area.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just picking his brain, like, why? And he was saying stuff like, I mean, if I'm going to pull you over, you're going to get a ticket because I had to pull you over.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, I mean, I can understand that,
Yeah.
At the same time he said that, he also told a story that he wasn't going to give a guy a ticket, but because of the way the guy talked to him, he did end up giving him a ticket.
Oh.
So there is some wiggle room there, apparently. So I was curious, like, well, what are you looking for? He goes, like, what are you looking for when you go to pull somebody over?
Right.
Frequent lane changes. Is it the speed? Is it this? What speeds are you looking for? And he goes, well, I'm usually looking for someone who's doing over 80. And that really surprised me.
Yeah.
80's pretty fast on a freeway that's either 65 in his area. Probably everything around him is 65.
Yeah.
Like 5 is, and parts of 99 would be 70.
Yeah.
So that really surprised me. I'm like, well, I only drive, if I'm on a 65 highway, I'm only doing 70, 72, somewhere in that range.
Right.
And if I'm on I-5 in the 70 mile an hour area, I might be doing 77-ish.
Yeah.
So I'm not even coming close to 80, even on a 70 mile an hour freeway.
Yeah.
So that really surprised me. So, I said, well, I think the main thing would just be to not be the fastest guy driving. Like, don't be the fastest guy on the highway. He goes, yeah, you're going to get picked out.
Yeah.
If you're going faster than everybody else, you're the target.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's why I just let people by.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You be the guy.
Yeah. Like, right. There's the whole, what's the whatever the speed limit, like the flow. Like, there's a
flow of traffic.
It does not have a top end. Like, you can't continue to progressively, like, well, I'm just following every single car on here is doing 105. So no one sticks out because everyone's progressively gotten up to 105. Like, don't be an idiot.
Right.
But if the flow is between 75 and 80, well then, yeah, I'm kind of matching it, but I am no longer shackled to, I have to get there as fast as possible.
Right.
Like, I am...
I want to make good time, but I don't also need a ticket, and I don't want to kill anybody.
Right. I am not pegging it at 60 at the speed limit.
Right.
Like,
for sure.
I'm not that retentive. I'm probably close to the same bracketing of speed limit. Like, I'm not looking.
I'm like 5 to 7 over the speed limit.
And on our way back up, there must have been some sort of. It had to have been a barbecue because there were CHP SUVs towing barbecue trailers with like barbecue some Bakersfield barbecue. We got passed by 3 SUVs towing a trailer.
Wow.
A 5-car line.
Which if you're towing a trailer, you're 55.
No, yeah, not if you're CHP. They were doing 60, 65 easy. I mean, I pulled over. We got passed by them, and I'm doing 70 something change. And then somewhere just before Kettleman City, I'm in the fast lane, and I'm just I'm always head on a swivel. So I look back, and I'm extra sensitive to like seeing motorcycles. I'm like, oh fuck, motorcycles. I'm like, ooh, it's a posse of motorcycles. Sweet. I immediately get over, and it was 6 CHPs on BMWs. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Wow.
So they came from Bakersville, Fresno, from something, and were coming up. I mean, it was a good 20-something CHP.
Wow.
15, 20 CHP.
Yeah.
All past me before I got to Kettleman City. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do but chill out.
Yeah, and that's what I want to do, too, is use my cruise control.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
But the thing is a lot of times you can't. 5 will get congested at times, especially on a Sunday after a 3-day weekend.
We had a long conversation about the different types of cruise control.
Yeah.
At some point, I ended up... so the Explorer has the adaptive.
Yeah.
And it also has a car spacing selector, so I can do, I think, up to 4 cars. 1 car, 2 car, 3 car, 4 car spacing, adaptive. We got rolled up on a Tesla or something, and it was riding my ass. I think it was a Y. and I went, oh, I know you're on the accelerator because there's no Tesla adaptive cruise that's going to put you that close to my asshole. Like, it's not going to. And he's like, well, what do you mean there? And we got into the long conversation about adaptive cruise control, and we ended up in like a semi in front of me, and I started to get pinched by an edge. Like I took a gamble. It was like a newer looking Ford Edge, and I just peeked my ass out near the dotted line and saw it. Now, it could have been the person hitting the brakes, but knowing how my adaptive works, edging into the radar will push the progressive spacing. So I just triggered, and I made a joke, but I don't really know in the end. I'm like, so you see, I know how the Ford one works. So if I put a little bit close to the line,
it'll back off.
They'll back off, even if they're not paying attention to the spacing.
Yeah.
Because the adaptive cruise will sense something
is there
in the radar and then pull them back. And then I just snaked out because I had spacing. They couldn't. Well, who knows what happens, but it was a funny story nonetheless. Because I'm like, I know how theirs works. What? boop, 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 and then the edge just kind of like
backed out.
And I went, see, there you go. That's how you do it. And he's like, fascinating. Oh, yeah. We had a good conversation about how Piper has the old cruise control and how we had to teach her about, you've got OG.
Yeah.
I'm like, not like your mom.
This thing's just going to creep up on anything, so just prepared
like
to hit cancel or hit the brake.
Yeah. It was good stuff. Let's see. Disneyland. We had the coffee donut churro was really good.
Yeah.
That was the only outside the lines churro that I had. We went to I went and got my customary caliente churro, and the lady, I learned something. The lady she's like, it's okay if it's spicy, and I went, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm down. She's like, hot tamales, red hots, and I went, we're good. Trust me on this one, we're good.
Yeah.
And the normal cinnamon dust kind of has this like glitter, purple, white glitter in it. It's just sugar. But Venus was like, so is it just like fancy sugar? It's still just cinnamon sugar? And she's like, oh yeah, it's just glamorous sugar.
Sure.
But she did say that on occasion the red hot caliente dust is grades of spicy.
Oh.
She's like, they have some version that is more like just red cinnamon sugar, like red dust, than it is the hot tamales. And I went, oh, she's like, we don't really have any control over it. It's just, it'll be clear that once people start having them and they're not like, this is not spicy at all, then we've got like a dull batch or something.
Oh, interesting.
But sometimes you may get a non-caliente churro from Buzz Lightyear.
Are those at a California Adventure side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. Anything else good? I ate way more salad than I thought I would.
Did you toss the salad?
Yeah. No. Not this trip. Hashtag I love my... Wow, that's totally rude. Let's see. I had good drinks. We ate lunch at California Disney.
Yeah.
Had a really nice drink, nice service. It was a decent salad. As with everything else in Disneyland, though, it was overpriced. My wife had printed out like all the menus. I think we talked about it last time. She had printed out the menus
on paper.
Yeah. Yeah. And per usual, like my bark is worse than my bite. Like I was like, going out here and I'm hitting every churro cart. And because I was trying to stay fluided, because I didn't want to have to start getting sick or anything like that, I ate well. I ate healthy the entire time and kept just drinking water. I wasn't drinking lots of sugar, soda, and whatnot. I was very adult about what I ate,
that's fine.
It was absolutely fine.
I mean, we always talk about churros, and then I go to Disneyland and I don't have one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And some of the churros, like the coffee and donut one, is like, it really is at like the limit. Like, I don't want it drenched in Schmitz. Like, I really want, like,
You're a traditionalist.
I am, for the most part. The green apple one that has, like, a caramel dipping sauce, that's fine. Like, it's not so extravagant. Like, I don't want a churro that's, like, stuffed with cream whatevers. Like, I don't want it. I'll go get an eclair if I want like that. I want a churro. So... while I will always entertain, like, yep, I'm stopping there, I'm going to get one of those. Yep, I'm stopping there, I'm going to get one of those. By the time I get there, it's more like, I need my caliente churro. And
you're picking the important stuff.
The important ones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was... We were still disappointed in adult shopping stuff. And I think we've talked about this before. Like, I also went with like, oh, well, I might be getting some Christmas presents there, that kind of thing. Because the Marvel stuff is there and the Star Wars stuff is there. I'm always like, well, I should probably leave my wallet in the room because I might do damage, kind of thing.
Right.
We were both a little bit frustrated by the lack of adult options. Like, I would spend too much money if you gave me an opportunity.
Now, are we talking about the shops that are in Star Wars Land? Or
All shops.
Oh.
We went, what day was it? I think whatever. Eventually, Chuck took a break right after the band, or it might have been Friday. Venus and I went in, I think, every shop.
Really?
Yes. Looking for stuff like Christmas gifts or me.
Did you go to the Mad Hatter?
Yes.
Wow.
I went into the hat shop that's in the Old West, the Frontierland.
Uh-huh.
I got a genuine felt fedora.
That's a nice shop, actually.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm not a cowboy hat guy. Right. But I've always wanted a real felt pressed hat.
Mm-hmm.
I got a real nice felt, and my father-in-law said it looked sharp on me.
Nice.
And I went, well, fucking I have to get it now.
You got a friend in me.
Yeah. Sweet. Did you need any finance done? Because that's what this hat is good for.
How about did you guys ride the new ride in Toontown?
We did not. We did not. A lot of California Disney was ride impaired. Incredicoaster Friday was down all day.
You know where Toontown is, though.
Yes. Wait, Toontown.
Toontown.
Not in Cars Land.
No, on Disneyland side.
Yeah.
Behind.
We did not get that far.
Okay.
No.
All right.
We didn't do a lot of
That's the one
rides.
we were talking about with Shanna.
Yes.
Before you guys
recall.
left. Yeah.
Yes. We spent most of the day doing
shopping,
window shopping, because we didn't really buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's
just so much to do.
And then what ended up happening? Ooh. Okay. So I think maybe we talked about it. Oh, shit. God damn, we're out of time. God damn it. Technology is not always your friend, Disney.
No.
So I like to keep my apps on my phone like tidy. So after we left Disneyland last year, I just uninstalled the Disneyland app. I don't have any time. I don't need it. So when we got there, and I loaded up the Disneyland app, and the new thing is the Genie Plus, and that is the close approximation to Fast Passes.
Right.
And the whole thing is the lightning lanes or the lightning passes, which you can stagger, but not every ride is available for the Genie Plus signing ups of the lightning passes. What we ran into was that some of the premium rides, particularly Rise of the Resistance, and I think maybe, I don't know in California, Rise of the Resistance is exempt from the Genie Plus lightning stuff. But you can buy it a la carte. $29.
Wow. Per person.
Per person, one ride.
Wow.
And I went, well, what? No. Incredicoaster might be on that list too, because Tracy said that it may not be Incredicoaster. Whatever it was, Tracy and her friends and the family that she was with paid for the a la carte for some ride to get on it, and the wait for getting on it and riding it was no different than had they just stood like they did. There was nothing extra. It didn't speed anything up, and they forked over $20-something per person.
Oh,
and it was like she was like, that one stings a bit.
Yeah,
like the final thing about technology. Towards the end of the day, I think it was Thursday evening, this goes back to my Disneyland app. The Disneyland app, super awesome. It uses my Disney Plus. It's the same credentials for my Disney Plus service, the Hulu, the ESPN, whatever, that like the package that I have for the Disney Plus streaming package.
Sure.
Same account. Fantastic. One password rules them all. I love it. Until Thursday evening, whatever runs their back end for authentication tanked. So the Disneyland app, you could no longer refresh to get wait times on any of the rides. Game over.
Wow. So you can't look even if you're not logged. If you're not logged in, you can't look at wait times.
It wouldn't process. Yeah, it was like we're pulling your data to see whatever it was. It was absolutely terrible. It was like game over. And like if you're going to try and mobile order, nope, game over. Nope.
And that probably affects everybody.
Yes. So Venus is like, well, pull up yours and see what happens. It's like not loading my avatar, and it's got like a authentication services or down right now. Please refresh the page. I'm not like everything for the most part is routing through this app. So I'm curious, like, well, what's gonna like a Disney outage? Yes. Except Disney Plus, like their authentication system on Thursday evening, fucked for everybody. So not just people at the park. If you were trying to do Disney Plus stuff on Thursday evening, chances are you saw a problem because the internet weather health thing for Disney services at, 5 to 6 o'clock was pegged.
Oh, wow.
Complaints. Pegged. And I went, well, okay, let's get some dinner and let's
go get in line somewhere.
Yeah, let's go. We just called it a night. We were like, well, we can go do more window shopping. Let's get some rest and we'll start bright fucking early in the morning.
Oh, no, not us.
Yeah, we would go.
We would go get in line. We would go get dinner. We would go, but we would be there till fucking midnight.
Oh, you would?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Every night.
We got nice and early, and I never got tired.
So you didn't feel the extra gravity on your feet?
No.
Because there is extra gravity there. I don't know if you knew that.
It was reasonably 80 degrees.
Oh, that's warm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's because of all those tunnels. It's the maglev stuff that's underneath there.
Right.
And how they keep the whatever genie that's underneath there delivering all the magical wishes.
And it's the maglev stuff gets warm.
Yeah,
it heats everything up.
It just radiates outward. Yeah. Did you hear that they're gonna start considering swapping the fireworks to drone shows?
Really?
Yes.
Smart.
We thought we might.
They would save a shitload of money on that.
See the onset or first couple iterations of that, but we did not.
I mean, pollution-wise, that's got to be a concern.
Sure.
I mean, think about if you lived right there near Disneyland, which there's a lot of homes around there. How much ash and shit probably lands on people's houses all the time?
Black powder and the smoke and
yeah. And then people are always disappointed when it's the wind's aloft. Sorry, fuck you.
Yeah,
we're not. They're canceled.
I'm sure that probably is a problem as well for drones.
Probably,
but not to the.
Yeah.
Imagine like, oh, I found this drone. Hey Disney, you want your drone back? And they're like, we're outside your house because it has a tracker in it, you dumb shit.
There's some thugs just beat the shit out of you. This one's from Tinkerbell. Yeah. I mean, I actually think that's cool because they could have a different show every single day.
Yes. They could.
Where the fireworks are the same.
They could have a character, an animated character, a different one, like it.
Yeah.
There are a whole bunch of show options using drones that they don't have with fireworks.
Right.
And you could probably fake it just as without the noise pollution as well.
Yeah, noise pollution, regular pollution.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be sad to see that go because it's
known
for that. But
yeah, there's certain nostalgia there. Absolutely.
Yeah. When I was a kid growing up, we lived in Fountain Valley, and from our house, you could hear the fireworks every night. Be like, oh, there's the Disneyland fireworks are going off. You could hear it. So, it goes way back.
Toilet paper is still terrible.
Did you put your fingers through it?
No. I take my wet wipes now.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah. I don't fuck around.
I just wrap my hand up like a mummy.
Like a turkey leg. Just
I take the turkey leg in there for a helper.
Yeah. Just I had a super interesting conversation with my wife about the toilet paper, which I can't reiterate here, but it was like one of those eye-opening conversations like, oh, really? Really? Yeah. I mean, really? Yeah, because that's right. I'm like, it's super thin. She's like, well, yeah. Anyway.
You can watch TV through
it. I don't know. They are single-handedly keeping some precision Japanese steel planer company in business because that stuff is so fucking thin. There's no way to shave paper that thin on an industrial level without having the precision of Japanese tooling.
Sure.
It is. God, there is.
There's no dancing bears there.
No. Oh my God.
Charming bears being happy.
God, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, toilet papers did carry the wet wipes. And on that note, you should wash your hands.
You should wash your ass.
I mean, you will have to. Return the cart.
And you'll have to wash your hands too.
Keep up to date on your shots.
Make the call if you need it.
Check your oil, Tony.
Do the kindness.
Register to vote.
Something else.
Pick up a broom.
Yeah, that's it.
And we'll catch you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye. Hey, loves you.